Westridge, Mitchell's Plain was known as the mecca of graffiti back then.
Bro.
And that you would have your Falco Mac 1s, Faith 47s everywhere.
Wow.
And people would actually come from all over the world to paint in Westridge, Mitchell's Plain. There were so many international artists, murals up there. And that's like, when we moved there, that's when I was like, what is this? Mind blown.
Chad Hanning, better known as Bushy WAP, is a South African muralist, painter, and illustrator celebrated for his bold use of color and fluid lines, transforming urban spaces into captivating visual narratives. Drawing inspiration from cartoons, anime, music, and pop culture, with a background in graphic design, Bushy WAP has collaborated with many global brands, but it's his mental health awareness murals that truly highlight his commitment to using art as a tool for hope and community upliftment.
Heavy is the head that wear the crown. When I take the crown off, I put it on ice.
Okay.
Thank you, my bro. Thank you for
Sweet,
making
man.
time, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks for having
you.
me.
Absolutely, bro. Finally, good to meet
Yo,
you,
you're the
bro.
dap, dude.
Yo, it's meant to be, my brother. It's meant to be. Tell me, if we are in some sort of professional setting and someone asks you what you do for a living, what do you lead with first? Is it like the illustrator side, the muralist? Like, how do you articulate what you do professionally?
I guess I just slash it. I'm just like mural artist and illustrator. Same
amazing.
day. Yeah, just
Amazing.
like a slash.
I love that. And tell me, bro, if we like watching a documentary on your life, where does that story begin?
Where does it begin?
Yeah.
The story of my life.
Yeah, if we're watching like a Netflix documentary and it goes doom doom, the logo comes in, and then what do we see? What's that opening scene?
Probably see like a 14-year-old version of me standing around catching on shits. You know, that's where it all started, I guess. Like the creative painting wall situation. So it would probably like, when I was 14, that's when I was skating, painting walls. That's where it would start, I guess.
And you grew up here in Cape Town.
Yeah, in Cape Town.
What would you say is like the first time you came across? Do you remember the first, like, whether it was a graffiti on a wall? Do you remember the first thing you saw that you went like, wow, it intrigued your sort of imagination of like, wow, what is this?
Dude, so that exactly around that time, like I would say the end of primary school, so like grade 6, grade 7, that's when we kind of moved to Mitchell's Plain, and that's where all the amazing street. Westridge, Mitchell's Plain was known as the mecca of graffiti back then.
Bro.
And that you would have your Falco Mac 1s, Faith 47s everywhere.
Wow.
And people would actually come from all over the world to paint in Westridge, Mitchell's Plain. There were so many international artists, murals up there. And that's like, when we moved there, that's when I was like, what is this? Mind blown, you know? Like,
seriously.
And then like the hip hop culture introduction came from that, and skating, and then, yeah.
Crazy, bro. Yeah, and skate culture is so big on that, and you get to explore so much of every place that you're in, that the arts plays such a big part.
Exactly, like taking a train down to the beach, you'll go like the southern suburbs line, just like filled with graffiti back then.
Yeah,
like it's obviously all covered, like mostly covered up now after the 2010 bylaw, but back then it was
bombed up. Like crazy,
fantastic.
Serious.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite skater back then?
What's the kid's name? He had dreads. He's much older now, obviously, but he was like a kid skater. I don't skate anymore, so it's like such a far,
such a far place. Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. I got you, bro. I got you.
He was cool because he was a kid, you know? We were kids.
Yeah.
What the fuck is his name, though?
Yeah. See, we need a fact check on this.
Yeah, we'll get back.
We'll put it at the bottom for everybody. And then, bro, so like, when is the first time you pick up a can of spray paint, and how does that happen?
It was actually in my yard. I was thinking about it the other day, and I always said it was when I was 14, because I painted my first like outside wall. when I was 14, but I actually painted my yard when I was in grade 7.
Okay.
A shitty little Chad piece. I wrote my own name.
Okay.
And
you
my
just
mom
wrote
loved
your
it.
name, and your mom loved it.
Yeah,
Yo, what a
she's so
G.
supportive, dude.
Wow, that's amazing, bro. And so, and then the first wall you ever painted, where was it?
It was in Mitchell's Plain. So that
Okay.
was 2005.
Yes.
2005.
And you go ask for permission?
No, it was a government building, so no permission. That time,
You
no
asked
permission.
for forgiveness instead. And what was the first piece you did then?
It was a bush piece. So I used to
Okay.
write bush without the Y. Bushy came afterwards.
Okay, how did the name happen? How did that come together?
So the name Bush and Bushy and Bushy WAP Bushman
Yes.
came from my Khoisan Khoi heritage, I guess. And yeah, like Bushman, Khoisan came from
Crazy,
that.
man.
Yeah. And at that time, George Bush was president, and I was like, that's a like fucked up name. It's crazy.
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, but yeah, he's the president. So I was like, Bush. I'm gonna be Bush. And I was a kid,
Yes.
and yeah, it stuck.
But it's aged really well, man. It's
Yeah,
aged
I
really
guess
well.
so. Yeah.
And so you drew the character. That was your first piece.
My first piece was letters.
Letters. Oh, you just
Letters,
did
yeah, I did letters.
B-U-S-H, basically.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you a picture.
Okay, dope.
I have a
Yeah,
picture
we
of
can
it.
throw it up. Yeah, that would be amazing.
It's shit.
Serious, eh? Yeah,
so
but we'll
it's
start
cack.
somewhere. Yeah. And then from that piece, you were just like exhilarated, like, this is what I want to do. Did you already know I'm going to do this for a long time? Or was
I
it more
didn't.
just like,
No, I didn't. It was always only for fun and about the art. Like I was always into art as a kid.
Yeah.
And like then it went into catching on shit with my art, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. I stopped for a long time as well.
Really?
I'd stopped painting walls for like I think 8 or 10 years maybe, and I became a graphic designer. I was an agency.
okay, you
As a-
studied
Yeah,
after school. What did you study?
College of Cape Town. So
Okay.
I did art and design and history of art and that
Okay.
shit. And
And what was that transition like, bro? And at that time, you weren't really tagging and
no,
doing anything like
not
that?
at all. Actually, I was just
Really?
yeah, civilian, like
Crazy.
normal shit.
Crazy.
But I got into advertising. I think that was like maybe a pivotal like point in my life as well. Like for my career, I guess. Like you end up learning a lot. Like as crazy as being in advertising is, like it's a big learning curve. You know, like I think dealing with clients and pitching and
What are the key
creative
takeaways?
thinking.
What would you say are the sort of takeaways, the biggest, highest sort of takeaways from that?
I think conceptualizing products and like packaging them, I guess, working with clients, and like I guess just like creative thinking maybe in a brand sense. Like
Definitely.
yeah, I guess that helped me a lot because I know a lot of people with talent that like they're talented and they can do like dope shit, but it doesn't translate into like art business, you know what I mean? So I
feel
guess
you,
like
bro.
being in the agency kind of helped with that. Like
I see it with musicians a lot as well, you know, like some guys are so mad talented, bro, but they just struggle with piecing all the different elements together and staying consistent on social media, or like packaging everything else. They can make incredible music, but they just struggle to.
But I guess it's normal, you know,
the rest
like
together, you know?
I guess the artist is meant to make the art, you know, like it's also like the team you have, like that helps a lot. Like people that make it big have fantastic teams.
Yeah.
It's talent really needs help. We're not most artists or creators aren't like really good with numbers and like you know what I mean. Like it's something that's learned, and there's not a lot of like institutions that teaches that.
Yeah.
Like realistically, you know what I mean?
100%.
So
100%. I couldn't agree with you more, bro.
Yeah.
You spot on there. But I mean, so working in advertising, you got to see a different side, right? So you got to see how to package it, how speaking, like such an important skill, speaking with clients, with people, and just, you know, presenting, I'm sure, in some cases, you know?
Yeah.
And that really opens up a whole different world to you, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
What comes after that, bro?
After that, I got fed up with advertising. I was like, so you're working on, like, you're giving your all and you're working until 3 a.m. in the morning and all you get is a pat on the back. You know what I mean? Doing this fucking every day, month after month. and you get like a 2K increase every second year, and it's like you're already earning peanuts. You know what I mean? So it's like, was it worth it? And then I guess like another part of it was you also feel like your creativity starting to, like it starts to die, and I'm not bad mouthing advertising. I'm just saying this is my personal experience.
Yes.
I felt like my creativity was like dying because I was working on clients or client work. There was client work that I didn't care about, and like the work that was being put out got like shat on. So like it just didn't feel good, and I needed an outlet.
Yeah.
And that's when I started painting walls again. So
Crazy.
after years of like giving up, I started painting walls, and then yeah, all of a sudden I was like getting requests for like this job here and this job there, and I was like, oh cool, yeah, I'm keen. And then I ended up making more money like in a few days than I did like
month.
you know what I'm saying. And then I was like, is it really worth it, like staying in this space where like I'm not feeling like pushed creatively anymore, and or like go out my own, and you know what I mean, like
Wow, bro.
paint
And you
myself.
took that leap, basically.
Took that leap.
So, and it's not like you had secure work.
Nah,
You just knew like some work's coming
bet on
in.
myself, dude. That's what I did.
Incredible,
It was a
bro.
bet.
And how old were you, bro?
26. I was 26, 25.
Okay.
25.
And then
It was
some
like
of the
8
work
years ago.
started getting quite a bit of attention, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And like word of mouth, there's a lot of this work coming in word of mouth, or are you like,
I guess it was like an amalgamation of like word of mouth, social media, and the thing about painting in the streets is people see your shit in the streets. You know what I mean? It's like you paint a wall, it's actually a billboard, so people get to see your shit. It's like one of the most like aggressive, like
forms of marketing?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love that, bro. I love that. And what did you start with then? Do you bring the
jobs.
characters in, or do you bring like where are you creatively? How do you sort of tackle?
I think I dropped painting letters. I just like that was also like a reason why I stopped graffiti. It was like that's other chats. But yeah, I stopped painting letters a little bit. I would paint it here and there. So I started painting my characters, and I think that like painting characters is more like palatable for the public than graffiti letters are, because graffiti is like for graffiti artists.
Yes.
Not everyone understands that. You know what I mean? Whereas like mural art would be more accepted.
Yes,
And once I started painting more murals, like I guess it like people started noticing it more. Like yeah.
Got you. Okay, and then where did the characters come from, bro? Is this something you've sketched for a while? Like
I've always painted characters. Like I've always drawn characters.
Yes.
Like that was always my thing. Like I love cartoons, illustrations. I always watch anime, I guess.
What would you say some of the anime that's influenced your art the most?
I don't know if it influenced my art, but the ones I like is like Akira, Paprika, One Piece.
Yes.
One of my favorites.
Crazy.
Bleach back in the day. Yeah. Those were my like top.
Yeah, those are definitely more that super, like when I think of Akira, super that Japanese style of like the furthest thing away from what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, where does that come from? Like the bold lines and it's almost minimalistic, but it's like everything that needs to be there is there.
Yeah.
And it's like everything is clean lines and everything is like, but
I feel okay. So this is my thing with like simplicity.
Yes.
Simplicity. I used to do a lot of detailed artwork when I was younger, and I always felt like it's almost easy to do detailed stuff. You know, like you can make anything look good if you just like detail a lot. But what's difficult is making something simple look good. And I like from there, I kind of enjoy the challenge, and I love it's harder to do simple shit. It really is.
It really is, yeah.
And I enjoy the challenge of like, and it just feels nice. I love a little. I think also like the like graphic design illustration side of me like pulled in a lot with that, because I love clean lines and like, you know what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. And your understanding of color is like something I really want to touch on, because like, again, color is like you can really bring in bright colors, and you have such a great understanding of. Is that something you would say comes from the studying side? Is that something that comes to you naturally?
I think it's I don't know. I think it might be natural. I don't know. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, I mess it down a lot with colors. So
Really?
yeah, I think it's a lot of work. I think it's a lot of like playing it around and fucking it around. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
where it comes to like you you just know it feels good, I guess.
Yes, yes. And then, I mean, looking at the last couple of years in your career, I mean, it's been mad the amount of collabs you've done, the amount of like seeing you on campaigns and seeing you with Addy, seeing you doing stuff with Cultish, seeing you like, it's just like, it feels like and your pieces around the city, like now it's like, it's at the point where like you just know a Bushy WAP piece, you go past, it's like, oh yeah, that's that artist, that's that thing. So like, what are some of the collaborations that really stuck out for you that are like meant a lot, or does everything mean a lot, you know, like what are some of the pieces that maybe pushed you the most, and or is it you just arriving and doing your thing, you know, like what's that process like, or what are the ones that really stood out for you that you like were either challenging or just really fun to do?
I feel like I love them all.
Really?
I love them all because like any project or collaboration that comes in, like I do give it like the best that I can. You know, like I
Yes.
always like try and make it like as epic as I can make it for
Yes.
myself and for whoever I'm working with.
Yes.
So I feel like they all have their own little like things that made it epic. You know what I mean? That made it like a cool little vibe. But I think Cultish. Shout out Cultish.
Yeah.
Always a fun experience. Really cool guys over there, and he really lets me like play around, and yeah,
Incredible, man.
But I guess like yeah, Cultish is up there. And most recently, New Balance.
Yes.
They've been fantastic.
Incredible.
And yeah, but everyone, shout out everyone. I've only had one bad experience so far this
Really?
year. Yeah.
Maybe
I'm not
don't
gonna
mention the
mention
brand,
it.
but maybe mention
No.
the experience to us. What made it a tough experience?
It was just, I guess, bad communication with people that weren't even around,
Okay.
like bad management on the projects, and they prioritized clients over artists, which is fine, but not to the extent that they did it, I guess.
Yeah.
And they were just like super unprofessional, not with only me, but like a lot of other artists, because there were like maybe 20 or 30 local artists doing the same project. It was massive.
Okay.
People know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. We didn't say no names.
No, we
it's
won't say no
fine.
names. We won't say no. But everyone had the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
Like
Really,
everyone
really.
had the same like shitty experience with them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, maybe keep this out. I actually don't want to talk about that.
No worries. No worries. What do you think is something people can look out for that is a red flag of the type of people that you're working with? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you say no to, you know? What are some of the things you look out for that other artists can look out for to say, it's not for me, I should turn this down?
Yo, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's like I don't usually. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's always personal. It's like what you. I don't think you should ever work on what you don't feel like working on. And I don't know. There's always going to be toxic clients, dude. Like you'll know it's like it's a human interaction. You'll know what to look out for, I guess.
Yeah, it's more of a feeling than
Yeah, I guess like if
something on
it feels wrong, then it probably is. You know, like
yes,
I think you should always like stick to your gut feeling on
yes,
certain things, because people do also like take advantage of creatives, especially like
yes. Well, what would you say was the most challenging job? As in, like, whether it could be the height of the mural, or what was the like? It could be physically or mentally challenging. What would you? Is there a day that comes to mind where you're like, that one like took it out of me?
Yeah, it was the one I just spoke about.
Yes.
It took, I think it was like a full month of painting, a full like every day like, in there. We weren't allowed to post any of it.
Crazy, bro.
It was like, so I told this client that the surface that we were painting on, there's a certain way we have to paint it and
Prep it
and whatever. And then anyway, it fucked out, and I had to fix it after me telling the client that we shouldn't do it this way, and they were like, go, just do it anyway. And I did it, and I had to fix it. So it was like just a super intense,
such important stuff to share, bro, because there's so many people who are still yet to walk in your shoes, bro, and who are gonna experience similar things. And it's so good for people to hear you say it, because things people will, you know, put a line in the sand and they'll get to learn from you, you know, because you are a trailblazer, bro. You're doing the things that, like, you're walking
Shout
territories
out.
people haven't walked, you know what I mean, bro? And then tell me, what do you see as the future of Bushy WAP? Like, what do you see? An animated series coming? Do you see short films, documentaries? Like, what does
Talking about like Ballywop or like like old me or
Bali WAP? Exactly, exactly, bro.
I feel like I just want to like eventually I don't know why people call it fine art, but
Yeah.
I want to make a lot of art pieces, I guess. Like
Love that.
I just want to frot in my studio and like make art eventually.
that,
Like
bro.
that's how I want to get old, you know. Like I want to die like Picasso, just
Sick.
like painting.
Sick.
I guess like that for me. My next steps would be to like just make a whole bunch of art.
Okay,
That's how I see like near future
got you.
Bushy and Ballywop.
Have you been doing a bit of that already?
Yeah, I've been.
Amazing.
I've been cutting out, like I've been doing these wood cuts. I do like not little. I'll be doing artwork on wood, cut them out and hang them out.
Okay, got you, bro. Got you. What are some of like what are some of the that we're manifesting here? Your dream collaborations.
Team collaboration. I've always wanted to work with Nike.
Yeah.
So, I feel like it's always been like one of my favorite sneakers.
Yes.
So yeah, I would love to. I think a dream collab would be like making a sneaker
Amazing.
with Nike for sure.
Amazing. Which sneaker would you think your design would work best on? Which Nike sneaker? Which silhouette?
I think a dunk, definitely a dunk. But I'm a Air Max 1 boy. You know what? Like
Yeah,
I love an
yeah,
Air Max 1.
yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't
Crazy.
know.
Do you have an idea of what that would even look like already in your mind?
Yeah, I do.
Amazing.
I do.
Amazing.
But I
That
think
would be fire.
either a dunk or Air Max 1 for sure.
Okay, sick. Well, I look forward to when we're sitting here on the show and then you're like, remember we said done?
Japan.
Yeah. I love that, bro. I love that. Tell me, if someone is listening to us right now and they are following somewhat of a similar trajectory to you and your career, or you talking to a younger version of yourself, what advice would you give someone stepping into, you know, the world of being an illustrator? You've worn a lot of hats, so maybe think across those different hats, whether it's graphic design, whether it's, you know, doing the murals. What advice would you give someone who's just stepped into this industry?
I would say always be true to yourself as an artist. There's nobody else in the world like you, and that's your artistic superpower. Yeah, always, never like. Sorry, I had to step back. Like, people are coming to you for your artwork, for your art as an artist. So don't compromise on like. I don't think you should compromise on switching it up, making a different style, whatever. Just like they came to you for you, so you should be doing your shit. You know, like I know a lot of people get like kind of anxious when they come up to a blank canvas or whatever. Like something's like it could be dawning on them in a certain way, but it just have fun with it, dude. Like just be yourself and like. I'm not saying this properly, but yeah, for sure.
No, I think you are, bro. Yeah, I think you've really nailed it. It's like, it's you. You
Yeah.
know? There's no right or wrong. It's
Yeah.
like you, it's the path you walk, it's the influences you have. No two people have the same exact influences and style. And it's like,
Exactly.
you are the thing that makes you you. So that makes complete sense, bro, you know? Who would you say is like some artists you love from South Africa?
From SA.
put us on to like a couple people, or even if people know them already? Like,
Yeah, so Terence Taco, fantastic. Love his art. It feels very illustrative, but in a fine art sense.
yes.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I think he started as a animator first, if I'm not mistaken, or
I think
illustrator,
so.
and then
I
now
think
he's
so.
in the fine art.
Yeah, and it just translates so well. Like
Yes.
his work's epic. I love it.
Yes.
So Terence,
If I'm thinking I'm the right person.
yeah, I think you might be.
Yeah.
And Russell,
Yes. Of
Russell,
course.
obviously.
Yeah.
Shout outs
Shout out
Terence,
Russell.
shout out Russell.
Also, fire with the line work and simplicity, but you
Yeah,
guys are so different.
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah,
just so dope to see, you know?
yeah. No, you shit's dope, dude. Like I love how he translates his style to like different kind of
Different
shit all the
mediums
time.
all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah. So true.
And
That bench you did
he's
was
always
fire.
just like fucking elevating. It's epic.
Yeah. Looks like he works a lot.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Also, one of my favorites is African Ginger.
Yeah.
I followed him
Legendary.
since like old African Ginger, like fantastic style. Who else?
Ginger's fire.
There's so much talent in South Africa, dude. There's
Yeah,
so
it's
much
insane.
like it's insane.
And globally, is there anyone that you look up to that you like?
Lugosis. He's
Don't know.
I'm not sure what nationality. Maybe he's German. Also, graffiti artist, tattoo artist. Fantastic
Lugosis.
characters. His characters are sick.
Really? Check it out.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Please, bro.
Cloakwork is Malaysian. Fantastic characters as well. And Nasty Neckface.
Nasty neck face. I'll check them out,
Nasty
bro.
Neckface. It's a bit wild, but yeah, I enjoy his like raw, like
Yeah.
kind of like there's nobody else like Nasty Neckface.
Yeah. Who would you say was your earliest supporter?
Earliest supporter?
Yeah.
My dad.
Really?
Definitely my dad. Like he's one of my biggest supporters.
Really, eh?
Was one of my biggest supporters, yeah.
That's incredible, bro.
Yeah. It was
That's
epic.
special.
Yeah, he always had my back. So I guess like my fam, my mom, my dad. Yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
Amazing. And if you could draw on a billboard that the whole world was going to see, what image would you put on there and why?
A dick. No, I'm joking.
Jeez. Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I definitely some Kumbaya shit for sure. Like
I dig it. Yeah.
like some unity kind of vibe. You know what I
Some
mean?
unity vibe.
Yeah.
I love that.
Some
Would
peace.
you put
Stop the
letters?
war.
No
No,
letters?
no letters.
No letters.
Maybe a little bit of like text. I don't know.
Yeah. I love that. And bro, tell me when you put your crown on ice, when you're not in the middle of like, you know, a mural or practicing, or, you know, how do you break away from work? Like, what's your balance? How do you balance your work and just like downtime?
But downtime is definitely like getting out a little bit, like for some fresh air, either in nature, taking a hike, or I don't know, just like going to the library or just random shit, dude. Museums,
Really, eh?
yeah, walks in the park, I guess. Just day to day normal shit, I guess.
I love that, bro. And do you try balance that quite often, or is it
Yeah,
after
I'm
a
an
job,
outside
or-
cat, dude. So
Okay,
like I like getting
amazing.
outside a little bit. Yeah.
Amazing. What does a day in your life look like? Like, take us through a normal day of like, do you practice every day? Do you illustrate something every day when you're like not working on a specific job? Or
Yeah, if I'm not working on a job, I'm definitely still sketching, I guess.
Okay.
So to wake up, stretch my body a little bit, play with my daughter, go to the studio, and then either work on personal shit or like whatever else is going on. Yeah,
crazy.
that's my day.
man.
And then go
Love
back home, back to being a dad.
Crazy.
Which is my favorite parts actually
Yeah.
of my day. Yeah.
Tell me how that has changed you, bro. Fatherhood.
I think I've become a bit more methodical after being a dad with
Okay.
like my moves. I've been moving calmer, not as wild, and it's definitely changed me as a person.
Really?
I'm not the same old I'm not the same person I was before having a kid. It's a cult, you know. Parenthood is a cult.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. To join the cult, hey, you're not wrong. Yeah, so you're part of the cult now. Yeah,
yeah, part of the cult. But it's been a fantastic experience. I do feel like I'm moving a lot more methodical, like I said,
like
with
that,
both purpose and like with a goal in mind, I guess.
And how old is your daughter?
She's almost 1 year old.
Almost 1 year old. Started sketching yet?
Yeah, in the womb, dude. Painting in
it's in the blood, baby. It's in the blood. I love that. I love that. Anything else from your side, my bro? Anything else you want to share? Anything else comes to mind, bro?
Always be true to yourself as an artist. Don't ever compromise or let that part of you die in agency. Not joking. Yeah, follow your artistic. I think art is so good for your soul.
Yeah.
Even if it's writing, music, taking a walk in the park, just enjoy your creative process. It's so important for you and for everyone around you.
I love that, bro. That's powerful, man. Thank you.
Sweet.
That feels like where we close off the show, my bro.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, my bro. That was
sweet. I didn't even
special,
have
man.
any of my tea.
Yo, bro, have some tea, bro. Come on, man. Nah, bro. That's really dope, man. Like, it's great to sit with you because I get to understand you more as a creative, and I get to just get a sort of peek into you as a person. And you know, you're just like, you're a playful soul, and that transcends into your work. But you still tackle, like, you know, you can still tackle difficult topics, but you tackle it with a smile and a giggle and a joke in between. And that brings so much more life to your art, man. So it's a real pleasure and honor to sit with you, bro. I look forward to seeing your collaborations, like, I'd love to see how you tackled, your own clothing brand one day, your own different items. And, I'd love to see how your art is going to transcend into fine art and to come to your exhibition and to come see the different stuff that you do. I think you have a lot to give the industry, and you're a really great guy, man. It's great to meet you, and I look forward to seeing what you do next, my brother.
Dude, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much,
man. I appreciate you, brother. What a beautiful episode, man.
Yeah.
Heavy is the head that wear the crown. When I take the crown off, I put it on ice.